Hi everyone, I'm Dawn. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for visiting with me today. So today is my first installment in Vlogoween 2020. I'm hoping this will get up before midnight, but I keep having problems. Then I had played back. I had already started recording this video and I played some of it back, and there was a really loud noise in the background, and now it's gone. So and I'm having, also forgive me, I'm having a really bad allergy attack because we had a plumbing issue and the plumbers came in and dug up our floor, and it's a mess, and there's dust has bounced up everywhere, and it's just, I'm having a bad night. You know, it's it's rough. My kitchen, oh my God, my kitchen is torn apart. But anyway, so today we are going to talk scary movies. I have a list of what's your favorite, blah, 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 and there's different categories, and I'm gonna go through and answer it. And I'm also gonna invite you to do the same thing. Either answer below, you could do all of them or a couple of them, whatever you wanna do, or make your own video and let me know about it. Now, my comments don't allow links, so if you share a link to your video, I'll have to go into my hold for reviews. So you might leave a comment and say, hey, I sent you a thing, or something like that, or even email it to me because my email is down below. So the first question is, who's your favorite movie monster? Beast, not born human. So not Michael or Freddy or Leatherface or Jason, because they were all born human. So I'm gonna say my favorite horror movie monster, Godzilla. Let's go with a classic. Or the head gargoyle from a movie from the 70s called Gargoyle, that I used to always watch with my dad. What's your favorite 80s slasher? 80s slasher. I'm gonna go with The Nightmare on Elm Street because Halloween came out in 1978, so that wouldn't be acceptable for an answer. So I'm gonna say A Nightmare on Elm Street. But I did love Friday the 13th, but between the two, I would prefer A Nightmare on Elm Street. Favorite thriller type movie of something that can really happen. So there's a lot of those actually. Anything with crazy neighbors. Strangers, that one. You know, something that, you know, probably won't happen, but definitely can happen. Yeah. Something like that, yeah. Favorite Japanese horror. I'm gonna say Ringu. Yeah, I think that one's good. That one is really creepy. Ju-on is really good too, but Ringu, yeah. Favorite of the icons being Freddy, Jason, Michael, Leatherface, or Chucky? It's Michael. If I had to put them in order, I would say Michael, Jason, Chucky, Freddy, and Leatherface. Freddy, I don't know, maybe Freddy would be last. I just never really found Freddy that scary. I mean, I found him scary in the first Nightmare on Elm Street, but then as the franchise went on, I was like, this dude's just a clown. You know, I was like Joe Biden, this clown. What's your favorite black and white horror? I'm gonna go totally mainstream on this. Psycho. Psycho is my favorite black and white horror movie. I've seen a lot that I like, but Psycho is definitely my favorite. When I was a little kid, I remember my mom would tell me about it, like tell me the story of Psycho. And I would always make her tell me the story of Psycho again. And then when I was old enough to see it and it was made available to me to see, I just loved it. And it was as my mother explained it, but to see it was a real treat. I really liked Psycho a lot. When we went to Universal, when it first opened, they had the Alfred Hitchcock thing, and I love all Alfred Hitchcock stuff. And, you know, it starts, if you've never been to it, it starts with you're in a theater, and it's like you can see the Bates Motel, and Anthony Perkins is talking to you. And, you know, it's the magic of movies. But I thought that was really cool. But, yeah, Psycho. Okay. Favorite Stephen King adaptation. I like all of them to some degree. I mean, there are some I don't love, but I do like them. We're talking strictly horror. If we weren't talking strictly horror, it would be The Green Mile. But since we're talking horror, I'm gonna say probably Carrie, just because that was my introduction to Stephen King, and it really grabbed me. And you know, it was the first book I read. It was the first Stephen King movie I recall seeing, and yeah, I like that a lot. Favorite soundtrack. Wow, that might be hard for some people actually, but not for me. I have two. My very favorite is probably the Maximum Overdrive soundtrack, because AC/DC, and then next would be Bride of Chucky. I think that is a solid soundtrack. Could stand on its own as just like a collection. My favorite franchise, it's definitely Halloween. Although I do love the Child's Play franchise, I do for the most part love Friday the 13th and the Nightmare on Elm Street franchises. But yeah, definitely Halloween. And also with Stephen King, I also love It, the one with Bill Skarsgård, both movies, chapter 1 and 2. And I know it gets a lot of hate, and I'm not one of those people that's like, I don't like remakes. I'm not like one of those people. I've liked most remakes. Did not like the new Child's Play. It just didn't work for me. I prefer the possessed doll more than just kind of a robot. But you know, I know they were trying to introduce, you know, technology, like how we use technology today, but it just didn't work for me. I like my Chucky to be possessed. I don't even remember if his name was Chucky in it. Okay. Oh, now we're on to favorite remake. I don't consider it a remake, because the first one was just like a TV miniseries, and well, I guess it was a remake, so probably it. But you know what other remake I love that people hated was A Nightmare on Elm Street. I thought that Jackie Earle Haley's Freddy was a lot scarier than Robert Englund's Freddy has ever been. Because Robert Englund just reminds me of like a dowdy professor or something, like super sweet guy, you know, not scary at all. But Jackie Earle Haley, he can be a creep easily. I mean, it's natural for him. I'm not saying he's really a creep. I'm just saying it's an excellent role for him. I feel that he was a really good Freddy and super scary. So yeah, so It, I guess, would be my favorite remake, even though I don't know if I really consider that a remake. And then the Nightmare on Elm Street remake. I just think more of a story was told also, which isn't always necessary. And I'm not saying I liked it more than the original, but I do still like it. Okay, next, favorite horror sequel. Oh, that is a hard one. I wonder if I can say It Chapter 2, since there was Chapter 1 and Chapter 2. Because it is more like a, I don't know, can I say that? Otherwise, I don't know. Maybe, well, you know, Friday the 13th Part 2 is a favorite sequel of mine because that's when Jason becomes the killer. So maybe Friday the 13th Part 2. That's a hard question for me. Favorite horror television series. The original Alfred Hitchcock Hour or the original Twilight Zone. And favorite comedy horror. Tucker and Dale versus Evil. I love that movie. If you haven't seen that, even if you don't like horror, I highly, highly, highly recommend Tucker and Dale. I think it's on Netflix right now. But yeah, Tucker and Dale, that movie is great. I'm probably going to discuss it on a makeup movie Monday one day, but I haven't gotten to that yet. But Tucker and Dale versus Evil. It's a great movie. It's not scary. It's not. I mean, it has a couple moments, but it's hilarious. We quote it all the time. And let's see, do I have any honorable mentions? Cujo, 2 on a Guillotine, Bad Seed, the original, Poltergeist, the original, and I like 80s cheese. I do. One Dark Night, Sleepaway Camp. Eric was watching Sleepaway Camp with me the other day, and he was like, this is terrible. Like, you don't get it. We know it's terrible. That's not the point. It's nostalgic. But anyway. I had fun watching it, so. Even though the ending, was a little weird, but that's what horror is, I guess. So, oh, and another movie I was just thinking about that is of the last 10 years or so. Maybe it's been a little more than 10 years. I don't know. But Stay Alive, I love that movie. Even though at its heart, it's a video game movie, and I'm not so into video games anymore, but I do like that movie. I think that movie is scary. And all the Pinhead movies, that boy scares me. So, all right, so I need to go take some allergy medicine. I am having a very bad time. And I hope you enjoyed this. Happy Vlogoween. And hopefully I will be able to pump out Halloween videos for the entire month. And I'm going to be volunteering at a haunt, so I'm going to have to double up on videos some days and just schedule them, and I'll do that. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know your favorites, and I'll talk to all of you later. Bye.